I'm from the Czech Republic, really far, more than 8,000 kilometers from Korea. But our countries are close to each other in our shared experience of having had our borders redrawn as a result of war. The end of the Second World War, the Allied powers decided to redraw Central Europe yet again. The main line was a division between the Soviet bloc and Western Europe. Only 3 years later, our country, a highly educated, industrially developed, pluralist democracy, ended up at the site where civil liberties quickly disappeared and a one-party system, the rule of the Communist Party, was embedded into the constitution. The fate of our nearest Western neighbor, so-called East Germany, was even worse. The Iron Curtain divided not only the nation, but also families for 40 long years. Even though this year Germany will have been reunified for 32 years, some studies still bring evidence of a remaining divide between the Western and the Eastern Germans. Korea, with its long history, spanning millennia, has not been divided by a line into eastern and western parts. That line on the 38th parallel north was not drawn by the Korean nation. It was not drawn by the forefathers of today's young Koreans in the north and in the south. The people of Korea did not deliberately split their heart and their mind. But the fate of millions of families was in the hand of superpowers. The war, a crime in the eyes of the United Nations, and a major sin in the eyes of God, did not end. The Korean nation has been divided for almost 70 years, so the hope for people who used to know each other to be reunited is slowly fading. This, however, does not diminish, but rather adds urgency to the appeal to people of goodwill and peacemakers to strive even harder to finally bring about the reunification of Korea. At first, it was a geopolitical decision of superpowers. Now there are certainly economic interests at play as well. Dividing people, setting them up against each other. No mother, no father would do that. I ask all people in authority to approach their negotiations and proposals with a parental mindset. War is a crime. War is a sin, and dividing nations and families is against humanity. We must dare to dream about new families in which one parent will come from the north and the other from the south. Let's appeal to politicians and to business people who have a strong influence on them. Let's pray for them. View the problems of world, of states, of countries as problems of people. Look, please, through the eyes of parents, as those eyes are full of hope, faith, and love. Thank you for your attention.